Yeah, peace, guys. So it's being reported that Priti Patel is, spoken out against the Black Lives Matter protests, calling them dreadful, and says that she would never take the knee. It should also be said that we reported a few weeks ago that an Englishman had made some racist comments towards not only Priti Patel but Black and Asian members of the world and of the UK. It's always one of those ones. This doesn't really surprise me because when it comes to certain people, I already know what side of the fence they kind of stand on, and as much as Priti Patel and some of these people always talk about equality and and talk about, oh, we're all brown and all this, that, and the third, we know that when it comes to so-called Black people, there's never really any real advocacy for their rights or any real advocacy to see, especially the Black male developer stuff. Now, let it be said that when it comes to Black Lives Matter as an organization and as a protest, we do know there's a lot of political slants and stuff involved. We do know there's people that have jumped on the bandwagon and got their gain from out of it. However, in terms of the message of actually Black people's lives mattering, especially namely the Black man and stuff, knowing that we're on this attack that's been going on for generations. So let's see what Priti Patel got to say.
Well, those protests were dreadful, and
yes,
that on the police in particular.
Right.
Ben has made a point about supporting role models or encouraging more role models, and we should always do that. Around causes.
But what about taking the knee? You might note, I don't know how much of a sports fanatic you are, you might note that some Scotland rugby players decided they would not. You have some soccer players, football players now saying it's past. Would you still take the knee, Home Secretary?
No, I wouldn't. I would not. I would not have at the time either. There are other ways in which people can express their opinions. Protesting the way in which people did last summer was not the right way at all. And I also think, we saw statues being brought down, mass dialogue, well, not quite mass dialogue, but some councils making, quite frankly, a stance around statues and street names. There are other ways in which those discussions can take place, and also, quite frankly, I didn't support that attempt to rewrite that history. I felt that was wrong.
And you didn't agree with taking the knee per se, at all?
No.
Yeah, so there we have Priti Patel, imbecile, in my personal opinion. Yeah, and I don't mean in regards for taking the knee or anything like that. I don't feel it's any of these people's place to stand up for Black rights or whatever. They've already shown that it's not something that they're interested in, and we wouldn't be living in this paradigm and this type of system if that was the case, if there was trying to make things better or different. So, in terms of this whole sports, people taking the knee, I don't know where that's derived from, if it's been like an offshoot of what Kaepernick did, and, now everybody's trying to make it a thing where, oh, you got to take the knee and stuff. I'm not saying anybody's got to go out there and take any kind of knee, like she said, she ain't interested in taking it. It's interesting that she says there's other ways of going about, making changes and stuff, but they don't actually ever suggest what these ways are. It seems to be just remaining silent and stuff. Let's see if we can see any of the comments and stuff on here, because people have, I guess, left their opinions to see. So it says, Patel thinks those who murder Black people shouldn't be punished. That's what she's saying. She doesn't believe in law. So why are you saying anyone who's a part of BLM, who supports BLM, is a thug? Why are you saying that Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford, and the majority of the Premier League footballers are thugs? Your comment says more about you than anything else. Probably giving a knee to Boris, not only me. Yeah, she's probably giving us some top too. I despise Patel, but on this she is right. BLM is a bunch of thugs. I haven't held slaves, and I won't be taking a knee for anyone, Black or white. It's interesting that when this topic comes up, you do get a lot of white people, or well, I'm guessing they're white people, or like Patel, still. And they say, I haven't had any slaves, and I don't think the argument is on anybody personally on whether they've had slaves. So here we see another one. It says the first politician since Margaret Thatcher to have any balls. So clearly, some people are in support of her, some people aren't. It says, are you saying that no one can say true about her because she is a colored woman? We need to really get into the definition of all this colored stuff too at some point. So let us know what you think. Priti Patel, do you guys support the type of stuff she's saying? People like to point out BLM riots, vandalism, killing, well, this has been something that's been happening by some of these devilish people on the planet for eons, you know, and we don't hear any big uproar about that. But I suppose devils will be devils in some aspects, and you know, when we use devil, we talk about tricksters and people who commit evil. And the thing is, that's what's kind of crazy about the hypocrisy of this world. When one so-called group's supposed to do something, it's all highlighted. Now the thing is, in terms of the BLM stuff and the organization, now we do know there were saboteurs and a lot of, you know, mainly English people, white people, even in America, Caucasians were going around destroying places, vandalizing. But nobody speaks about that part. They seem to point out BLM in terms of the message in the organization. Say, oh, well, BLM did this, BLM did that, you know, and it becomes like a blame game thing, which I think is petty. I don't stand for the political organization who is around BLM, but I definitely don't support the ignorance of people like Priti Patel and the lies that these people use, because they always skate around a real issue. And, you know, that's the thing about these people, man. It's the lies and the hypocrisy, because at the end of the day, you know, if we're going to talk the truth, talk the truth. If you're going to speak on what's real, speak on what's real. If you're going to go into what's going on and what's happening, speak on what's going on and what's happening. But if you're going to skate around the area, just pick out elements that suit you and use that to purport whatever story you want to tell to people. I think that's false. On another note, be sure to go over and check out full stuff on the doatbm channel, where we explore a lot more issues like this, including what Asians within the UK feel towards black people from Darkest House documentary. That's something that we've gone out to explore. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. Peace.